In this tutorial we're going to actually make a cardboard stand for our new product called Splur. Excuse me voice, I've got a bit of a cold, so you just have to bear with it. What we're going to do is make ourselves this cardboard stand. We're just going to save my voice, and first of all what we're going to do is we're going to make the actual banner. So let's just add in a mesh, and the mesh we're going to add in is a circle. I'm going to rotate this circle, keep it at the 32, and I'm going to rotate it on the X by 90. And I'm going to save my voice now, and hopefully you can actually just follow along. I'm just going to enable screen keys, just so we can see it. So what we've got here, we've got point select, line select, and face select, but we want to actually produce we're going to add in an image. So let's just add in a image. And this is going to be our reference image from this new product that I created called Splur. I'm just going to find the image that most shows it off well, so let's just select that. And as you can see, it's Splur. So we've got our circle there, and I'm just going to move our image texture back, G and Y. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to make it so the actual filter up here, and make it so we can actually make it non-selectable. So the empty, which is my Splur banner, I'm just going to make it unselectable. So we're looking through the front, and what we're going to do is actually make this into our image for our banner. Just take these points and G and just move them into roughly where they'll be. Do this quick and easy, and I might speed this bit up. Don't know what I've got. I think it might be a really bad cold, but bear with me. So as you can see, I'm just grabbing each point and just moving it into place. Rough and ready. It doesn't matter if we haven't got enough points, because what we're going to do is we're going to actually maybe increase them to actually get more detail later on. This was a requested tutorial for somebody who I think who is making animation, maybe for work or something like that, but I'm not particularly sure, but I'm just creating it. Yeah. That's roughly following the detail. Now I know we can do this as a flat plane for an animation, and we could just use a ping image. That's the quick way of doing it. This one's a little bit more precise, and we can actually get an edge to the cardboard. Oops, fell out of sorts with that one, so I'm just going to move them around because I put the wrong one there. You see, I'm just grabbing the points, just moving them. Now I'm going to move down here and just G to move things along. Just following it round, doing it from the other side now. Just got to actually select it in its proximity just to actually get the right one. And as you can see, we've run out of actual points, so let's just add a few more points. A to select all, and right click, and we're going to subdivide, which of course will give us more points. So as you can see, every point's got another point between it, which allows us more geometry to actually just finish off this pattern. Like that. And a little bit of adjustment, just following the shape. Now this is going to make a big end-on in the center of our image, but if you don't want end-ons, you could always use grid fill, but because this is just a concept piece, I'm not really bothered so much about the actual end-on that I'm going to be creating in the middle. So we've done that, so we've got that kind of shape. So A to select all, 1 to look from the front, E to extrude, S to scale. I'm just going to move that down to there, E and scale, and then F to fill with the big end-on in the middle. So that's it. We're just going to add a simple modifier into this, and this is going to be a solidify. And our cardboard's going to be 0.02 thick, like that. So that's our banner created, and I'm just going to call it banner, and then hide it. So now let's make our stand. So these graphics are created for it, but I will include them in my channel if you want to actually create them yourself. So you'll find them on my community tab. But if you have your own graphics for your own product, then you can actually add them in yourself. And as you can see, that's not selectable, so make it so I can actually reselect it and X to delete, because I don't need that no more. Alt H will fetch our other image back, and let's just colour this in, and you're going to get the idea. So our first texture that we're going to add in is called our banner. What we'll do is add in a texture to this, and we'll add in a white texture first, because it's going to be made out of like a white cardboard, but I'll make it slightly darker so it stands out from the rest of it. So looking from the front, we've added one image, so let's just add in our banner. New. Now I'm going to use an emission shader here, but you can use a principal shader, it's entirely up to you. I'm just going to select on colour and go image texture, and then find the image that we just actually created. So the one I used was that one, I believe, so I'll just select that. And we've got a bit of distortion there, as you can see. That shit, bit of distortion, but let's see what it looks like with our image attached. So A to select all, and what we'll do is attach our image. So A, now what's up with it? What we haven't done is we haven't applied the solidify modifier, so let's just apply this solidify modifier first, and that should correct a lot of issues. Select the hang on in the middle, grow, 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 and I'm just going to assign that texture to this face. Pressing the 1 key, and now we can go into UV editing. Look from the front on this image. As you can see, it's the same kind of shape. View, and then project from view, which will actually make this appear. And we just scale this up so it's more or less the same as our image. And if we look in render mode, as you can see, most of the distortions are not apparent, but that's because we didn't actually create the hang on. So there we go. So for a concept, this is quite simply what we'd use, and just hide. Bad geometry, I know, but sometimes you can actually spend hours making things good when you just want an actual quick and simple concept for your product. So I want to look from front, and I'm going back into layout. Just going to add in a cube, looking from the front, and we're going to change this into our cardboard stand. So let's just scale this on the Y, scale on the Y, just to make our rough shape of our stand. Just going to scale this on the Z. So I'm going to make it about that tall, G and Z. Just re-centralize things. And I think we're going to have a shelf at the bottom, a shelf at the top, but what we're going to do is actually just make this shape first. So select this point here, or select this line. You've got point select, line select, and face select. And after we've actually assigned, after we actually fix the rotation and scale by pressing Ctrl and A, then we're going to actually bevel this edge. Ctrl B to bevel. Open the bevel, and we're just going to keep this at 1. Just to make this kind of shape, and I think that will be about right for me. So select this face, and select this face, and I'm just going to move that one slightly forward because I think I want it slightly bigger. G and Y, just to about that angle. Then go on face select and select these faces. X to delete faces. Now we've got our basic shape. So now all we need to do is actually put our drawers in. So add in another cube. I'm just going to scale this cube down slightly along the X so it's on the inside of our other mesh. Then scale on the Y, because this is going to be where our product's going to sit. Scale on the Z, like that. And this here is going to be my first drawer. Scale on the Y again. And looking from the side by pressing the free key, I'm just going to actually move this into place, rough and ready. Just like that. Right, I want a slight shape to this bottom drawer, so I'm just going to press the R key and just move this back G and Y, just to give it that kind of shape. And then, of course, I'll delete the face there, which makes our bottom drawer for our product. Add in another cube. Scale this on the Z, G and Z, just to move it up. Same again, just put it on this because it's easier to see. Scale on the X, just so it's slightly in of that. Scale. This one's going to be a thin tray this time, so I'm just going to do this and scale along the Y. G and Y just to move it forward. Looking from the top, just to align it by pressing the 7 key. G and Y, and I'm just aligning this like that. Right, this one I want to actually move slightly back. G and Y, like that. And I'm just going to get rid of the top face. Right, I think I'm going to have 3 drawers in this, so I'm just going to G and Z. Put one about there. Shift and D just to duplicate it. G and Z. One there. Shift and D. And G and Z just to duplicate it again. So we've got now our cardboard stand. And all we need to do now is actually start texturing this up so it looks like our concept product. But first of all, I'm just going to join these all together, because what I'm going to do is press Ctrl and A just to fix my rotation and scale, and then add in just a plain cardboard. And next what we'll do is we're going to actually add in a solidify modifier again. 0.02, because that's how thick our card was. Solidify 0.02, and of course apply that as well, which then will give us our seam there, just actually make it look something more real. So in layout, I'm going to go now into render mode, and I'm just going to Control and H just to hide our banner. Scale this down. Look from the front. G and Z. Just to put it about there. And just scale it until it's about the right size. G and Z. Just scale it till it's about where I want it to be. Like that. And G and Y just actually move things back. Excuse this cold. Right, so now I'm going to add the textures to other model. Now I'm going to add several textures to this, but what you can do at the end is bake them all together and actually get one texture and save it out if you wish. I'm sure I've covered that in a tutorial before, but it's entirely up to you. So, first of all, I'm going to select this edge here. Press the 3 key. With Control pressed as well will mean I look from this side. And I'm going to press the U key, which is, of course is unwrap. As you can see, I'm actually in edit mode, and you get into edit mode by pressing the tab key. So what I want to do is actually project from view. So I've projected from view, and we're going to go into UV editing now. So what we've got there, we've got the actual shape, as you can see, of our image. Just looking from this side, and what we're going to do now is add in a colour. As you can see, that's the left side, so I'm just going to do emission shader. I'm using emission shader, but you can, like I say, use proportional editing, not proportional editing, principal shader. So emission, go into colour, select image texture, and I'm just going to add in the image that actually is this thing. So go into cardboard stand, and as you can see, we've got the image texture, and we're going to use the left image. And as you can see, we've now got our left image in there, and I'm just going to A to select all, and just scale this until it's about where I want it to be. So scale in the Y till it's about the right size. G, just move it into place. Scale in the Y. Whoops. And then scale on the X. G key will just actually allow you to move things. So as you can see, we've now attached that texture to everything, but you might not want to attach it to everything. So sometimes it's a good idea to actually attach the actual cardboard or the plain texture first. So I'm just going to select all, A, whoops, A, and then assign, just so it's back to being plain. So we've got that face, select that left JPEG, and then we're just going to assign that to that face. As you can see, I'm getting the left image, and I'm just going to assign it. There we are. So we've got part of our logo done already. As you can see, it's starting to come together, and it's looking quite good. So next we'll actually do the right hand side. So tab into edit mode, select this. As you can see, the actual image is the wrong way around, because if we actually were to actually project from view, as you can see, we'd end up with the left hand image and the right hand. So what we're going to do is load in another image. So plus again, new image, emission. So it really seems to bring them to life when you use an emission image, because you can actually control the brightness and the strength. And we'll go for image texture again, and we're going to open the right hand side one this time. So right JPEG, select the right JPEG up here, rename this right, just to remember which one you've put in where, and then it's just more or less the same. So we've got the right hand image there, so we just scale along the X so it's the correct width, and scale on the Y. G and Z, we'll move it down, G and Z. And I'm just going to scale it on the Y until it's in the right places. G and Y. Scale on the Y. G and Z, just to move it into place. And I'm just going to move these 2 points down because that's more or less matching up with them. And we don't want distortion of the words, so I'm just going to scale that up by pressing the S key. A to select all, S to scale. And then select these 2 points down the bottom here, and G and Y just to move them down. So, as you can see, it's not attached, and the reason it's not attached is because we haven't assigned it yet. So, into edit mode again, make sure you've got the right selected this time, and assign it. So, we've got the both sides done now, and we just need to be actually attaching the graphics to the drawers. It's entirely up to you what your graphic for your drawers is, but I'm just going to do something I've created. And I'm going to put this, so we've got drawers 1, 2 and 3, so I'm just going to actually put 3 more textures into the place. So new, new, and new. And I'm going to call it drawer 1, 2 and 3. Draw 1, draw 2, and a straw, draw 2, and draw 3. And we're just going to repeat these. So these are all going to be emission shaders. So I'm going to put select emission, make them all emission, emission. And then I'm going to make them all image textures again. Image texture on that one, image texture on this one, and of course the image texture on the last one, which is draw 1. And this is just a repeat of the steps that we've just done on the side. So we're going to actually select our image. So I've got draw front, which is my draw 1. There we go. Select the draw, press the tab key, select this face, look from the front, and I'm going to put draw front. Right, so that's this, like I say, I've made this fictitious thing up called Splur. I'm just going to scale it up, scale on the X. And of course, then assign it. So, draw 1 and assign. And that, what we should see is the actual texture appear on there, and it doesn't seem to be looking quite right. So, from the front, you project from view again. Make sure I've got the correct graphic. Draw front. Just going to scale this up. And just G and scale it on the X. Scale it down slightly. So we've got our draw front there. Don't know what these words mean. I think it's Turkish. But I just thought it'd look a bit different. And the fella that I'm doing this for is actually Turkish, I believe. So just and now let's go on to draw 2, assign the texture, open the texture, and draw front 2, select it up here just so we're assigning the right texture, and just assign it to that face. Scale it up again, and G just to move it down there. Looking from the front. You project from view, and we've got the second draw texture. Same with 3, open up draw 3, select 1 from there to look from there, you project from view, and lastly, we're just going to actually have the base draw, and we're going to actually put the project into the base draw, like that. And I've done another graphic for this, and I can't remember what they call it, and I think that's about done. So we've made our product stand of my Splur product, which is on sale by it, for instance. And we can just join everything together. As you can see, we've quickly made a product reference. And if we wanted to make hundreds of these, you could just add in a modifier, an array, and I'm just going to create a few of them. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is just showing you a quick texturing technique, and of course how to make a product animation which you may need in the future for your product, or not, as the case may be. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is Blender TC. If you found this useful, please leave a comment, and of course, always hit that subscribe. And never miss another tutorial from me again. Bye for now. Right, let's just see if this renders.